All right, guys, how's it going? So there is a new twist in the Martin Zubimendi transfer saga that's been ongoing since last summer. I feel like it's been ongoing for about 10 years. Now, if you're one of those people that are not interested in Martin Zubimendi and you don't care where he goes or what happens to him, you don't need to tell me in the comment section. The title of the video gives away a clue about what we're talking about. So if you want to avoid the Zubimendi stuff, don't watch videos with his name in the title, right? So, where should we start? Right, you may recall that I think it was back in January, there was an exclusive by the Daily Mail basically saying that he'd agreed to sign for Arsenal, right? That was quickly played down in Spain. It was denied. And since then, it's been relatively quiet. I've not really heard anything about him. There are a new round of articles or a new round of speculation, if you like, concerning his future, suggesting now that Real Madrid are trying to sign him. Now, those of you that follow my videos know that I review the Spanish football dailies every single day of the week, and I've been doing so now for a very long time. And I always look out for stuff to do with Martin Zubimendi. And there hasn't been any suggestion that Real Madrid are trying to sign him. I think there's been one mention of him since last summer, which basically said, and this came from the Madrid-based media, not Sport, which is the Catalan pro-Barcelona newspaper, but it came from one of the Madrid-based Real Madrid biased publications that basically said Real Madrid, they admire him, a bit like admire FC, Liverpool as well. They admire him, they like him, they can see he's a talent. He would be a great addition to the squad, as Rafa Benitez would say, for sure, squad. He'd be a great addition to them, right? But the suggestion was that he's not a priority. It's one of those things that, we might visit it one day, but there are other areas of the team that they would like to strengthen. And it also, it did mention midfield, but said a different type of midfield player to someone that fits into, Martin Zubimendi's kind of role, if you like. So that's it. That's the only suggestion there's been. So he does get mentioned with Real Madrid, but not like people are trying to imply, I think. And I think that's good that you've got me checking this shit for you every day here in Spain. Now, there was an article titled, Arsenal deal to sign Martin Zubimendi hits huge stumbling block. I am definitely not going to put Arsenal in the title of this video because the last time I mentioned Zubimendi, right, the pylon from them fuckers, seriously, right, I've been here a long time, as you know, right, and I have never seen anything like their fans. I mean, just really, really strange group of fans. I'm sure they're not all like that. But I can tolerate Manchester United fans, Everton fans. I can tolerate most fans, but the Arsenal fans that commented on my last Zubimendi video, fuck me, they were a different breed, right? Anyway, let's go through this article. Now, this article quotes a former Manchester United scout, also did a bit of work for Blackburn, chief scout, who remains, it says here, very well connected within the game. And he's chimed in with regard Martin Zubimendi's current situation. And I'm going to read his quotes to you when I can find them, because obviously there's thousands of fucking adverts in the article. Okay, so he said as follows, I'm always surprised when these stories about interesting players get out. This is to do with the Daily Mail exclusive saying that Zubimendi had agreed to go to Arsenal. It alerts everybody else to the move. If you're going to go for Zubimendi, you have to keep it under wraps until it's all done and agreed. And that's when you let the press know. You don't let any of that information come out before it happens. Now, do you remember this when this came out from the Liverpool journals? And I was like, do you remember? In the summer, I was like, what the fuck the leak? What's that gone? Why have to leak that? Do you remember? Well, so you don't leak player, news, of players that you're interested in. You leak news concerning your players when clubs are interested in them if you want rid of them to try and get a bidding war or stuff like that. But you don't alert other clubs as to what you're doing, right? Now, before you come into the comment section and say, yeah, but that was leaked without Liverpool. No. Those responsible for leaking it, right, like say the likes of Joyce, they're never going to publish anything. Joyce, Ornstein, for example, without the nod from Liverpool. It's just not going to happen, right? So it was very suspicious, and we were looking at reasons as to why that could have been at the time, but we don't need to go over that. This guy goes on to say, Zubimendi has got a very good reputation, and to play for Real Sociedad, you have to be a player. But Real Madrid are now in for him. That's a big statement to make, isn't it? And that's a huge, huge stumbling block in front of Arsenal. Now they've got to be more persuasive than they are, and that takes a bit of doing. They have to convince the player that a move to Arsenal will be better for him and his career than a move to Real Madrid would be. I've said before, in my experience, it's very hard for players to turn down Real Madrid. Are you listening? Because you think about Trent Alexander-Arnold here as well. When that opportunity comes up and they come calling, they usually get their man and they'll be confident they can do it again. So I expect it will take plenty of effort and convincing for Arsenal to get this one done now. Now, again, this chap here, right, who is supposedly still in the know, I don't know where he's getting his information from that Real Madrid are trying to sign Martin Zubimendi. I mean, there could be, and maybe it's not in the press, but, you know, the Real Madrid, you know, media constantly, you know, they're constant to provide, you know, ongoing commentary, really, of everything they're doing. So, all right, maybe it's under wraps and none of us know, and just this football scout knows, you know what I'm saying? But I think that this is just a case of, like, whispers that people are seeing online, like, oh, Real Madrid are in for him and that, and then now it's made a story, if that makes sense. So that's it. So if you're hearing today of a new twist or Arsenal might not have got the man, it could be as a result of this chap's comments. But all I can say to you is that while people are trying to give the impression that Real Madrid are, you know, they're in for him, they're trying to persuade him to go there, I haven't seen any reference of that anywhere here in Spain. But I have seen what seemed like very genuine reporting at the time that said, like, you know, respectfully, you know, yeah, Real Madrid obviously aware of this player, rate this player, would be a good addition to the squad. But there are other players of, you know, interest in a team that, other areas of the team that need strengthening first. And if it comes to the midfield, there are other types of midfield players that are wanted by Real Madrid. And if Real Madrid did go in for him, I think he would go there personally. I don't know about you. I think he would go there. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever what Liverpool's stance is with regarding Martin Zubimendi now. I don't think it would just go away, to be honest with you. But I know some of you guys are very, you know, like very defensive of the club. You know, now you turned us down, you had your chance, go fuck yourself, you know, sort of thing. Like, you know, so I understand that. I think that the last I heard was probably going back to October or something like that. And that was basically along the lines that Richard Hughes had maintained contact with his agent. Dialogue was still there, but you know what does that even mean? You know, it implies, doesn't it, if you read it, oh well, that, you know, still interested in signing, but it could just be a case of, sorry, it didn't work out. Like, what's happening? Is he off to Arsenal? That's dialogue, isn't it? So completely in the dark with regards Liverpool's stance and attitude with this. But I personally think, from experience over the years, that when you put a lot of effort into signing a player, that you still need that kind of player, I think, then I don't think it just stops, to be honest with you. The reporting concerning Arsenal was very strong, very bold claims. We know that Zubimendi took just a one-year lease on his current property, you know, with the Spanish, you know, the media, the local media to Real Sociedad, if you like, saying that was very, very telling, you know, like it suggests he does, you know, is looking at moving next year, which would have been this summer. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I keep an eye on him, to be honest with you. He hasn't been getting very good reviews this season. I think that he has played more outfield minutes than any outfield player, certainly at his club. Sorry, I ran out of storage on my device then, so I've had to just free up some space, so I had to stitch this part to the other part. I don't know if you noticed that way. Anyway, there's been some suggestions in the Spanish media that he could be suffering from fatigue. If you remember around the time of the exclusive in the Mail that he was going to sign for Arsenal, that it was all all agreed or whatever. He was injured around that time. That's why the Arsenal fans jumped on me saying he's not fucking injured. Do you know what I mean? He played yesterday or something like that. It was like, what the fuck? And I had to link. I remember putting like all these different links in from the Spanish media saying he's injured. He had a knee injury and an ankle injury. And then literally 2 days later, he played again. There was all these reports saying, the manager's concerned about him, these injuries, might be needing a rest. And then all of a sudden he was fit again, like he didn't have these injuries and he continued playing. So it makes me wonder if he's playing, maybe getting some sort of pain injections or something. I don't know. I'm purely speculating there, guys. But I just remember the reporting at the time saying, hey, he's carrying these knocks, he's knackered, but he's still playing. So I read every match, report concerning Real Sociedad in the Spanish papers. And the ratings, of late have been 1 out of 3, for him. I think he might have got 2 the other day, whatever. But he's certainly not been, he hasn't set the world alight, or the league alight this season so far, I don't think. Listen, he could move to the Premier League and be amazing, So I don't see him going to Man City, I don't see him going there to be a backup. Arsenal, yeah, why not Arsenal? Real Madrid, if they came in for him, what Spanish player is going to ignore that, Liverpool, yeah, I don't know, what our attitude is. But it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool was still interested in him. But I am speculating, guys. I don't know. So anyway, that's it. That's your lot on that. With that one, the twist is that Real Madrid have, according to this former Manchester United scout, they've gone in for him. I think that's a little bit premature. Trust me, and I'm a man that knows a lot about being premature. Right, I'll see you later then. That's a joke, by the way, girls. I can take care of business, don't you worry about it. Which reminds me, my aspirin. My girlfriend's coming out here on Saturday for a week, so I need to get my aspirin in, don't I? If you appreciate this video, please thumbs up this video. If you've got anything to say, what do you think? I mean, oh no, because I'll just set you off, you know what I mean? Like, there'll be people, I don't want Zubimendi anywhere near this club. I can't be doing with that. All right, but it's your opinions. You're allowed to do that. I get it, but that's fine. But please don't tell me I'm sick of hearing about him on a video that's got his name in the title. All right. So yeah, thumbs up, comment, and if you want to buy me a coffee, I had 5 coffees today. I'm like, wired to fuck today. Then please hit the super thanks button, the love heart under the video, and I will give a shout out in my morning briefing tomorrow and tell everybody how amazing you are. All right, guys. Speak to you in a bit. I'll be back soon. Don't forget, live on here today at 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock UK time.